Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this virtual session of ELEX 5. Well, the idea is that since today we cannot have an actual class in the classroom, we have a little discussion about something that is part of the debate. When we do debates, we present arguments. But the presentation of arguments is something very elaborate. We had a discussion about how to create an argument and the different steps. Today, I want to focus in one part of the argument, that is the rebuttal, the part where you have a negotiation, because you interact with the different opinions of other people. So for that, I have created this presentation, Debate Discussion, the Art of Negotiation. So I want to start by asking you some questions. Analyze the following claims and tell me, do you agree or disagree? You agree or disagree? For example, private schools are better than public schools. Do you agree or disagree? Probably some of you agree, some of you disagree. What about this? Tough teachers make you learn better. Tough teachers are the cuchilla teachers. Yeah, teachers who are very bad. Tough teachers make you learn better. What do you think? You agree or disagree? Let's go with the next. Only students should enter universities. No externals. Nobody who is a student can go to the university. What is your opinion? You agree or disagree? And finally, FARC peace agreements should be taught in schools. That is, that the document of the negotiation with the FARC is distributed to the schools so that students understand and learn the history of Colombia and the history of the negotiation with the guerrilla of FARC. You agree or disagree? Okay, some people might say, yes, I agree. Some others say, no, totally disagree. That private schools are not better. Or, totally disagree. Tough cuchillas don't make you learn better. But probably there is a possibility that you don't know how to say it. Because yes, but no. So what about this? I give you the opportunity to think about this. Women are not equal to men. They are biologically and psychologically different. They need to be treated differently. What do you think? You agree or you disagree? Why? What are the reasons? You agree because probably you believe, yes, biologically they are different, psychologically they are different, so no, women and men are not equal. Or you say, yes, they are different, but they need to be treated equally. Or this, marijuana and cocaine should be legal in the and the Colombian government should be the producers. That is something that is part of the discussion many days in Colombia. And finally, this one, gas and petrol should be super expensive, a lot of money, to demotivate the use of dirty energies. So you have to pay a lot if you want to use gasoline, if you want to use petrol. What is your opinion? Agree or disagree? Sometimes the answer is not very simple. And this is what I want to tell you. Sometimes it is not simply say I agree or I disagree, because that's super simple. And we are students of ILEX 5. So no, we need to make it a little bit more difficult. We need to make more realistic. So when we have a debate, we need to recognize the possibility for a different point of view, or we need to propose that different point of view. We need to propose the difference. So the idea is that you have a good repertoire vocabulary to do that in the correct form, to do that with the correct vocabulary. So for you, what I have today are some expressions to demonstrate agreement or disagreement or in the middle. So let's start with the agreement. To express agreement, I have these expressions. Expressions like that's right, that's right. That's right is a synonym of yes, I agree with you, that's totally correct. But you can say also absolutely, absolutely. Repeat with me, absolutely. Perfect. And exactly, exactly. But you can also say I totally agree. I totally agree. That's demonstration of super agreement. But what about this one? I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. That's like, yes, 100%. I couldn't agree more with you. For example, if you tell me that we in the classrooms that we have very poor connection to internet. Yes, I couldn't agree more. We have terrible internet connections. I couldn't agree more. Let me give you another example. Education in Colombia is very bad. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Let me give you another example. A bicycle is the best sport ever. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Some of you may say, no, teacher, no, I disagree. But for me, bicycle is the best sport. So I couldn't agree more. Totally. But what about this expression? I see exactly what you mean. I repeat, I see exactly what you mean. I see exactly what you mean. I see exactly what you mean. So it's another way of saying super correct. I am with you. Or simply, you're right. That's a good point. That's a good point. I agree with you. That's a good point. Uh, no, the university needs to motivate the students to read more books. You're right. That's a good point. Students of the university don't read a lot of books. Hey, parentheses, read the books in English. Remember, reading. But we have other expressions, and these are for disagreement. Expression of disagreement. For example, I totally disagree. It's super easy. I totally disagree. Yes. But another expression is, hey, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Another expression, that's not right. That's not right. What you're saying is incorrect. That's not right. Another expression, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Let me give you an expression. In my case, every Colombian person needs to have a gun. I'm not sure about that, personally. Eh, Another example for me. I don't want to say that. Football should be the official sport of Colombia. I'm not sure about that. Yes, I show that it's not. It's a disagreement. Hey, another expression. I think you're mistaken. Listen to the pronunciation. I think you're mistaken. I think you're mistaken. Another expression. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. And the final, my favorite, allow me to disagree. Allow me to disagree. In Spanish, we say something como, hey, permítame no estar de acuerdo. Allow me to disagree. Allow me to disagree. For example, when the Congresswoman, there is a famous Congressperson that says that we need to destroy the peace agreements. Allow me to disagree. No, I believe in the peace agreements with FARC. So allow me to disagree. And finally, there are some times when we don't know because we say yes, but no. Yes, but no. That is an expression that many of you use in class. Yes, but no. Or, teacher, it depends. When you tell me it depends, it's because yes, but no. So I have these expressions for you. Partial agreement. I agree up to a point, but yes, I agree up to a point, but I think that you need to correct some things. For example, only students can enter the university, no externals. And I say, I agree with you up to a point, because I think that many people enter the university to do very bad things. But I know that many others go to do positive things. So it needs regulation. I agree up to a point, but I have differences. Another example, I see your point, but. Yes, I see, but yeah, no. Another example, that's partly true, but. Yes, for example, students need to learn about ethics in the school. They need to learn about ethics. Yeah, that's partly true. But for me, ethics are learned in the houses with the families. So that's partly true, but I have a different opinion. Another expression, you're right up to a point. In Spanish we say something como, yo creo que está en lo correcto hasta cierto punto. Creo que está en lo correcto hasta aquí. Pero, miren que todas estas expresiones requieren que usted elabore más. Tanto en la negación, en el desacuerdo, como en el estar parcialmente de acuerdo, usted tiene que elaborar más. You're right up to a point. Next, I agree with you. I agree up to a certain degree. I agree up to a certain degree. Hasta cierto nivel, hasta cierto punto. Yes, I agree up to a certain degree, but is not complete. Yes. So what is the idea? Let me give you some examples of opinions. Let's see these in action. Okay? For example, abortion is a woman's decision. Men should not have the authority to decide. I totally disagree. I totally disagree with this because I think that yes, it is a woman's decision because a woman is the one who is pregnant, but men have the capacity to think and have the capacity to elaborate, and we need to give our opinions. And many parents, many men who are parents want to make a decision. So I totally disagree with this expression. Now, number two, a student's marijuana consumption is a health problem and the university community needs to intervene. I agree up to a certain point. I agree up to the point where I say that a student's marijuana consumption is a health problem. But I think it's not only the university community, it's everybody. The university community, the authorities, the families. because I believe that marijuana consumption in the university is like nobody pays attention. Yeah, everybody does it, everybody knows that it happens, but it is a problem because addiction is real. So, for me, I agree because yes, the university community needs to intervene, but for me, everybody needs to intervene. So, that is my opinion. The question is, in this moment, to finish the video, what are your opinions? It is your turn, so I am going to ask you to please pause the video here and try to give your opinion based on the words and the expressions that you learned in the past. I agree up to a certain point. I see your point, but I think this. I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. I disagree. I think you're mistaken. I think you're wrong, etc., etc., etc. And give me your opinions about these two situations. Situation number one: schools don't need to teach religion. The classes of religion are unnecessary. What is your opinion? Agree? Disagree? Partly agree? And explain. Number two, Colombia needs to include death penalty for sexual abusers and homicides. Colombia needs to include death penalty for sexual abusers and homicides. Please do that and give a comment in the comment section of the video. Please put a comment in the comment section of the video. And see you in the next class. Bye bye.